So I thought I'd drop on and we'll just do an after workout stretch. So I've just been to the gym and we'll try and get that lower body loosened up a little bit and just see how we feel. So come down to the mat. We're going to start laying on our back. So just start to settle in. You might need to make some adjustments. And just take a few deep breaths. And then we'll just bring the knees into the chest. And just bring your attention to your breath as you do this. Now we'll just lengthen one leg out and keep that other leg in, pulling it in towards the armpit. Just letting that hip flexor release. And then we'll swap legs. So bring that one in. It feels quite tight at that side today. And then just swapping back to the other side. So this time we'll take our hold behind so that we're lifting the leg straight up. So you can bend the other knee if this leg's feeling quite tight and the hamstring's tight, and just lengthening through that leg. You can have your foot flexed if you want to, or pointed. And just try and relax the shoulders down. And then we're going to bend through that knee, bringing the same arm as knee out, and we're just going to twist over. So just drop that knee across the body, trying to keep the shoulders towards the floor. Into a nice spinal twist. And coming back to centre, so we'll swap legs once again. You might find that one side is slightly more flexible than the other. Again, whichever foot placement you prefer. Sometimes forget to keep my shoulders down on the floor. And bending through the knee, so bring the arm out for stability. Try and keep that shoulder onto the floor as we bring the leg and the knee across the body. I like to look away from the leg as well. And then coming back to centre, so we'll just bring those knees up once again, so it should feel a little bit freer. And I like to roll through the spine a little bit side to side. You might like to make some circles round. And then we're going to make our way up. Just come up to sitting first. And then what we're going to do is come into a low lunge. So onto hands and knees, just keeping one leg back, the other one's coming forward, bend that knee. We're going to try and keep the hips square so they're in line with each other, dropping it down so that you can feel that stretch in this hip flexor. You can bring your hands to your hips, you can bring your arms up if you prefer, to heart centre. You can bring them to the knee, but make sure you're not putting pressure on the knee. And then we're just going to push back, so straighten the front leg, lift the heel. You can have blocks here if you want to, and we're going to have a hamstring stretch here. So you want to be feeling like the hip at the top of the leg is kind of sticking your butt out. so you get that stretch right through the hamstring. And you can point and flex if you want to. We're going to come back into that low lunge once more. And then back to the hamstring stretch. Making sure you're not tilting too far over with this hip. You want that to be in line here. And then we're going to bring the other knee back, so we'll swap sides. So coming into that low lunge on this side, and it might feel a little bit different. I had an accident when I was young, so I often feel different on my left side. I can really feel that hip flexor on the right opening up now. And just breathe through the stretch. If it's too much, just push back a little bit, make sure you're not collapsing into it. And then we'll push back, straighten that leg, lifting. I like to lift the foot, push into the heel. So you're thinking about sticking this bum out a little bit. And really breathing through it. And then we'll just come back into that low lunge once more. And back to that hamstring stretch. Again, you can point and flex if you want to. Just making sure you're feeling that along here. It shouldn't be painful, it should just be a nice stretch to release after that workout. Okay, and then coming up, so we're just going to go into a pigeon stretch. So we're going to bring one leg forward. So if you can, you're going to try and bring that leg across the mat, and then we're trying to turn this hip towards the ground. You might not get all the way down, so you might want to use a block. If that's too much, you can bring this leg in and come into a 90-90 position, and you're turning your body towards that middle of that front leg. And if you can, come into the full pigeon. And we'll try upright first, just to release through that hip and glute. And then we're going to fold towards the leg, hand back up. And just folding down. I mean, you can fold down and stay down if you want to. That's fine. Or you can stay seated upright. Okay, and then just carefully coming out of that. So we're going to come to the other side. So I like to push that back leg back first, and then bring that leg across. And again into that 90-90 if you need to. So I am a bit tighter on this side with my old injury, so I tend to bring the heel closer to the groin, and I do always have a little gap here, so I could put a block there. But I like to rock a little bit and just release through that hip. Just breathe. And again, we can come down and up. And we'll do this a couple more times, or you can come down and relax in that lower position. Lovely, well done. Right, and just to finish off, we'll come up to stand, and we're just going to do a couple of forward folds. So you're going to have your feet about hip width apart. We're going to sweep the arms up, and as we sweep them wide, we'll fold at the hips, coming down, bend the knees if you need to, so bring the belly towards the thighs there. And if you can, you just start to straighten out a little bit so that you can feel that stretch in the hamstrings. And we can rock here, releasing the spine. And then we might come up to a flat back. And fold again. And then a last sweep up. Hands to heart centre. And we should be feeling a little bit freer in the hips and the legs. And hopefully just feeling a little bit more loose after that workout that you've done. So this can be done any time, but if you want to follow this with any meditations, please check out my page and take part in any of those to follow on, which would be a lovely ending. Thank you for joining me.